Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation on the pet owning culture. My name is Amanda Caruso and I titled my research paper A Furry Family Edition. So I wanted to investigate the following research question. How is pet owning a culture? To do this, I sought answers to the following questions. What are benefits of pets on our physical and mental health? Where does the domestication of pets such as cats and dogs originate? And why do so many of us consider pets a part of our family? So I investigated my topic by conducting a survey in which I had 12 participants, including family and friends. Before the survey, I provided participants with an informed consent which ensured that they were fully aware of the goals of the project and that they clearly indicated their consent to participate. I also let them know that their answers would remain anonymous. During the survey, I asked the following questions. So let me pull up the survey. What is your pet's name? Why this name? So some of the pet name examples were Charlie, Stormy, Mitzi, Sadie, Casper, Snoopy, Toby, Ace, Fancy, Richard, Tigger, Toby, Scrungy, Taco, and Princess. What type of animal is it? So most of the people said that it was a dog. How long have you had your pet? A lot of people had their pet for 6 years or more. And how would you describe your relationship with your pet? Do you consider them family? So as you could see, some of the answers concluded that their pets were actually their daughters or their sons. Some of them said that they're their little brothers or their best friends, and some said that they were the glue to their life. In times of stress, have the cuddles you have received from your pet helped you to feel better? Everybody said yes. Some people said 1,000,000%. Some people think that pets look and act like their owners. Do you believe that your pet is your mini-me? Some people said yes. Most people said no for this question. Do you agree that pets can be healing companions, for example, for the elderly, those suffering from anxiety or depression, or hospital patients? Everyone said yes. And one person said, yes, I definitely believe that pets can be healing companions. Pets provide unconditional love. They show lots of enthusiasm and provide much attention to their owners who may need such companionship. I believe pets provide much comfort to their owners who may need it. Should everyone have their own pet? Why? Everyone said yes, except for one person in this question. The reason why they said no was because they took into consideration the fact that some people actually abuse their own pets. And the last question I asked was to describe your favorite thing about your pet. Most people said that he was cuddly or he's soft, he's a hoot to play with, they love the bond that they have, they love how he follows him everywhere around. And they just love him. So back to my presentation. I also conducted research on where pets originate from. According to the source Ancient Genomes, Heat Up Dog Domestication Debate, author Rachel Lalensack cited evidence suggesting that the wolf may have been the first animal to be domesticated. A fossil of a jawbone from the species Canis lupus familiaris, otherwise known as the common ancestor of all dogs, dated back to over 14,700 years ago. This is around the time that people were barely learning how to create agriculture. From another source, From Wolf to Dog, author Virginia Morell found that dogs may have actually domesticated themselves. A metaphor suggested that dogs came into our lives similar to the way ants trail their way into our kitchen. In the past, dogs fended after our scraps of meat. Soon they became more comfortable being surrounded by humans, and we fed our leftovers to dogs before we could teach them how to hunt. And here I have a depiction, an anthropological depiction of the first dog all the way down to the dog we know today. And here is a depiction of men from prehistoric society with dogs. And here is a depiction of how dogs are always hungry, asking for food. They still do that today. So, animals have been deeply ingrained into our culture through art for many years. Wolves, sheep, and oxen are depicted in cave paintings from ages ago. And today, some dogs are the star of Hollywood films such as Beverly Hills Chihuahua and The Secret Life of Pets. According to the article, The Evolution of Pet Ownership, there was a discovery of a Paleolithic tomb in northern Israel where a human was found buried alongside dog remains that dated back to 12,000 years ago. This means that dogs have been man's best friend and our companion even in prehistorical society. More evidence from the same article suggested that ancient civilizations fed the deceased dogs as a rite of passage to heaven. And in ancient Greece, dogs were kept as co-therapists in healing temples for their perceived ability to cure illness. This is claimed to be the precursor of our modern practice using therapy dogs to help people with a wide range of conditions. Today, dogs are used to comfort hospital patients and to fill the void of loneliness faced by the elderly and those suffering from depression. Psychologist Barbara Bollinger found that therapy dogs can also assist the elderly in retrieving old memories that had been lost. She explained, "I've seen those with memory loss interact with an animal and regain access to memories from long ago." Furthermore, elderly people who own pets have the advantage of focusing on something other than their health condition and their negative preoccupations about loss or aging. Today, we have trained therapy dogs to assist people. Many doctors actually consider therapy dogs to be better treatment for people than medication. According to the article, Pet Ownership and Human Health, a brief review of evidence and issues. People who own pets have higher survival rates from myocardial infarction, a significantly lower use of practitioner services to health expenditure, a reduced risk of asthma and allergies in children exposed to pet allergens during their first year of life, a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, and better physical and psychological well-being in the elderly. Some pet owners are also able to speed up the recovery from serious illness such as stroke and cancer. Furthermore, a study comparing 160 pet owners and non-pet owners found that those who do have pets had a lower score on negative emotions, anxiety, attention deficit, interpersonal conflict, and depression. Pets also provide social support by acting as social facilitators for their owners' network of human friends. They are also known to be non-judgmental, affectionate, and companions. According to the article, "Why Don't People Understand the Glory of Cats?" Gwynne Guilford found that cat owners are typically sensitive and tend toward greater feelings of anxiety and moodiness. Pet owners with these neurotic traits are also inclined to feel more anxiety about their pets' feelings toward them. This suggests that cat owners may face more stress compared to those in the pro-canine community. To conclude, my perspective on pet owning being a culture has drastically changed, as I never knew when our first encounter with animals was. And I also learned that there are countless benefits that come along with being a pet owner. Had I been an actual anthropologist, I would have conducted more intensive interviews and connected results to greater topics, such as history, to understand how our relationship with animals has developed over time. After completing my project, I seek answers to the following new research questions. What makes people prefer dogs over cats, and vice versa? were we afraid of wolves before domestication? Oh, that's kind of a tongue twister. And are women more likely to own cats because of their feminized stereotypes? Here are my works cited, and thank you for attending my virtual presentation. Hope you are all doing well.